Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. Today, I'm having a match against my friend DroppingDracos. Look at that strong name, DroppingDracos. This is actually a really good match that I had with him. I'm on this side as always, and I need to change that. I usually have the Karate Girl as my avatar, but I've been using this team for the past week. I've been using it a lot. I've gotten pretty much used to it, but I unfortunately have to let it go and make a new team tonight, and I see about recording with it. So let's get right into this. So I'm going to lead off with my Zelface. He leads off with this Tyranitar, and I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks as he goes for the Thunder Wave. I should have known because it's Brasilia, and Brazilian T-Tars run Thunder Wave. So he's going to knock me out with the Crunch, and I just felt that Zelf got up the Stealth Rocks and he's paralyzed. That's all he can do. I can go into my Weavile, Revenge, kill it with Low Kick, and that'd just be a dead T-Tar. T-Tar was a huge threat to my team, and I needed it gone. So now he goes out into his Scizor, which is another big threat. And I really don't want to switch anybody into it, except for Dugtrio, because Dugtrio, he's expendable. I don't see him being of too much use, so god damn, he's paper. Like, just one bullet punch. So I'm going to go into Mana Trick. I'm going to go straight for the Flamethrower. I'm not going to make any predictions. So he goes into his Latios, which will take this Flamethrower very, very well because it's resisted. And I'm just going to go for a Volt Switch, knowing he's either going to go for a Defog or a Draco Meteor, both in which my Whimsicott can take. So he actually goes for the Draco Meteor. It's resisted, and now I feel I can set up a Leech Seed, thinking that he'll probably switch, but he actually reveals the Hidden Power Fire. And I do get some HP back from the leftovers in the Leech Seed, so now I'm going to go for Moonblast just to knock this thing out. That is another problem that is dealt with. It's not a problem because Weavile does handle him pretty well. So at this point, this is where I start making mistakes. I sacked off my Whimsicott thinking that I really didn't want to go into my fortress and waste the red card just yet, and I didn't know how good a switching Mega Manectric is against a Mega Scizor. So I go for the Leech Seed and just to sack off my Whimsicott so I can get the free switch into my Manectric. And this time I'm not going to go for Flamethrower. I know he's going to think I'm going to switch out, so I'm actually going to go for the Volt Switch. And he goes into his Azumarill, which is, it's not going to take it good at all. Not going to take it good at all. So I'm going to go into my Weavile because I can knock it out. So I go straight for the Fake Out, and it's not going to do much damage, but now I'm going to go for a knockoff right after the flinch. But he goes for Aqua Jet. I do take that decently well, considering Weavile doesn't have much of a defense. And I go for the knockoff, and kill the Azumarill. So now he goes into his Scizor. As now I go into my fortress. I don't know why I didn't go into my fortress before. Whimsicott could have been a great help. And it does switch him out into his Mandibuzz, and I know it's going to go for Defog, so I just went straight for a Volt Switch just to get some switch initiative. And now I'm going to go out into my Manectric. I know nobody wants to take a Thunderbolt, not even Scizor, so I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, not risking it with the Volt Switch, killing the Mandibuzz. As now he's going to go out into his Thundurus. I'm going to go straight for a Thunderbolt, not really worrying about what this thing could do, as I know it could take a hit very well. As he goes for the Sludge Wave, and I'm just going to go for another Thunderbolt to knock it out. So here, I know that he's going to go straight for an attack, and so I switch out into my Weavile, and he's going to Bullet Punch me and kill my Weavile. As I go into my Manectric, get that -1. Okay, so here, Manectric, I didn't realize how good of a counter Manectric is to Scizor. I could have stayed in. Took less than 17% from a Bullet Punch, because there's nothing else he can do. He has no other priority. He can't outspeed Manectric. Nothing can outspeed Manectric. So Manectric is just sitting here all cool, and I could have just went for a Flamethrower and won. So, but I switch out in my fortress. I don't know what type of crazy I was going, but he goes for a Swords Dance as I go for a counter. I don't even know why he would have attacked me. So he keeps going for Swords Dances. As now I'm going to go for a Volt Switch and go into my Manectric. Now a bullet punch can take me out because he's +2. I could have won with flamethrower. So now I'm gonna go into my fortress and I'm gonna hit it with a. Why do I keep going for counter? I don't know why I went for counter. This is how I freaking messed up. I messed up on this. I went for the Volt Switch knowing he was gonna go for a roost. Now I know he's gonna attack. So I know he's gonna attack now. And that does a huge amount of damage, and I go for the counter, but he barely survives with 90%, and he knocked me out with a bullet punch. I choked. I choked horribly. Don't choke, people. Really don't choke. I choked all the way through this match. I don't know why. I don't know what type of crazy. I let my Zelf be paralyzed and killed. I sacked off my Duck Trio, Whimsicott, and my Manetric to something that it could have handled. And that was just a terrible match for me. I don't know what I was thinking, but DroppingDraco, he's been a friend of mine for a while. He's probably putting some good pressure on me. But that was a good match. He's a great battler. And thanks for the battle, and I will end the episode here.